So the Acolyte episode 5 just came out 2 days ago, so I'm going to share some of my thoughts really quickly. First, I think the show overall is really refreshing, at least to me. The new story with the fresh characters, I feel like I have a reason to pay attention. When we have a new era to live in, it's towards the tail end of the Republic, apparently 100 years before the prequels. But it doesn't feel exactly like the High Republic, like they do in the books. It feels very like a very different era. So I'm considering the Acolyte era kind of a transitionary period between the High Republic and the prequels. And the cinematography with the film shots feels nice. It doesn't feel like I'm constantly being thrown around by jump cuts, and I feel like I can actually take a moment and breathe in a scene. I appreciate all of the little details sprinkled out through each episode with the costumes, the set pieces, and the way that the dialogue tells us more of the story, such as with the mother Anastasia, and how the dialogue with the twins shows us the belief structure and how the Anastasia witches, I'm going to say that, the Anastasia witches, how they contrast the way in which the Jedi practice using the Force. The plot feels steady and constant, while the show is a slow burn, and I will admit that's slow, and some people may not like that. The plot is still moving at a steady pace. Each episode, we're still getting movement, so we're still moving. And overall, I'm excited for what else the show has to offer. I don't think we should be having any super harsh judgments of the show as a whole just yet until we get to the end. And I actually hope we get a season 2 because I think so far, based on what we're getting, I feel like there's a little more to expand on in this little period between the High Republic and the prequels. My only real criticism is that Osha feels very rigid, and I'm not sure why that is because Amanda's portrayal of May feels a lot more lively. So I'm not sure why the direction of Osha is more kind of rigid. I'm not really getting a whole lot from Osha. But at the same time, I feel like the plot is kind of revolving around Osha instead of Osha specifically driving the plot. So maybe that's why I feel the way I do about Osha currently, because Osha doesn't have exactly a direct role. She's just kind of there currently. So that's just something I've noticed. It's not exactly a harsh criticism. I'm just kind of wondering who Osha is, and I want to just get a little more out of Osha. I want to see who Osha is, what her beliefs are, what her values are, and hopefully we'll see more of that. Overall, I don't want to have any concrete kind of judgments on the show just yet. I think what we've gotten so far, I think we can judge, and if you don't like it, that's fine. But if you want to have a reason for not liking it, try to have a good reason. Personally, for me, I think the show so far, up until episode 5, I think it's really great. I think it's doing its job. So far, I think what we've gotten is pretty solid. I'm really curious to see more from the show. If you want more of my thoughts on specific things, just let me know, and may the force be with you.